Hey everybody, this is Michelle Goldstein with Heart Alchemy Yoga, and today we're filming at the Springs in downtown Los Angeles, and we're going to do today a hamstring flow. So this will be a good flow to wake up your whole body, but especially focusing on the backs of the legs. So let's go ahead and get started. Come to child's pose onto your mat. And while this is a mixed level class, it's going to be a pretty basic one today, so it would be appropriate for all levels, but definitely level 1, 2 appropriate. Just begin to connect your breath to your experience. And see if you can start to breathe through your nose, in and out through your nose. Just moving into a little ujjayi breathing. And come on up onto your hands and your knees. And tuck your toes under and come to your first downward dog pose. And in this first down dog today, why don't we separate the feet a little wide, like maybe even as wide as your mat, and parallel your feet. Come up high on your toes and just sink the right heel down to the ground. Keep your left knee a little bent. And breathe all the way down the length of your right leg. And lift the right heel up, sink the left heel to the ground. So a little bend in that right knee. Belly in. Back of the neck long, breath smooth. And then lift both heels up high, bend the knees, lift the hips up, then press your heels down into the ground. And let's go ahead and walk the hands backwards to the feet. And on an inhale, lengthen out Ardha Uttanasana. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Let's inhale up to stand, reach the arms up to the sky. And exhale the palms together in front of your heart. And just a few rounds of half sun salutation. Inhale, the arms reach up to the sky. And exhale, fold down the middle. And inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise up to stand up, reach the arms. And exhale, pull it to your heart. One more like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, the palms connect to the heart. Okay, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen. And as you lengthen, walk yourself back to downward dog pose. Press your heels towards the ground and then bring your feet back to hips width apart. You could always keep your legs a little wider if that feels better to you. Push up out of your shoulders. So even when we stretch the backs of the legs, ideally in this practice we always bring it back to the heart and to where the mind is. So it's still yoga, even though we're stretching the backs of the legs, hopefully we're stretching our minds open and our hearts open as well. So let's inhale, shift forwards to plank and take our first vinyasa. Lower yourself down, chaturanga or the floor, and inhale, up dog or cobra pose. And exhale back to downward dog. Smooth, steady breath. And softly step your right foot up to the front of your mat. And let's go ahead and set the left knee down. And press the right leg straight. Flex the right foot so that we're in a half split. I know it's very early for this pose, but if it helps you, you can take blocks, one on either side of your right leg. Keep the right leg really engaged. Flex strongly through the right foot. Take the shoulders away from the ears. And then bend your right knee, plant the right foot, come to a low lunge. Reach the arms up. Soften the shoulders down the back. Lift the low belly, lift the heart. Keep your face relaxed. And take a deep breath here at the top. And then as you exhale, we'll come back to that first position. Straighten the right leg and fold forwards. So in a flow, we'll do that again. Inhale, bend the right knee. Reach the arms up. Exhale the right leg straight and fold forwards over it. And on this last one, we just bend the right knee, take the arms up. Now exhale the hands down to the mat, step back to downward dog pose. And inhale, shift forwards to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog pose. Deep breath. Get some space around your neck. So we want the shoulders in an external rotation. So think about your elbows for a moment and point the elbows back towards your legs. Okay, step the left foot up to your hands. Set the right knee down. Press the left leg straight. Flex the left foot. So just to bear in mind that the back foot, you can keep it tucked, the toes are untucked either way, just whatever feels more natural to you. The front leg, engage a lot. It doesn't matter how low or deep you go in the pose. What matters really is who you are when you get to your spot. Just maintain a healthy perspective of what we're doing. And bend the left knee, take the arms up for a low lunge. A lot of times, for some reason, the hamstring stretches, it seems like those especially can trigger a lot of yogis' egos, myself included. It's like there's something about, if you can touch your toes in yoga or be in splits in yoga. And yoga actually has nothing to do with touching your toes or being in splits. So just to remember, yoga has everything to do with your presence within the moment, your peaceful presence. Take an inhale here, and then exhale the left leg straight, fold over the left leg. And then inhale, bend the left knee, smooth out the flow, sweep the arms up, and exhale the left leg straight, fold in. And one more time, bend the left knee, take the arms up, big breath in. Exhale the hands to your mat, tuck the back toes, step to downward facing dog pose. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale back to downward dog. I remember one time, probably about 10 or 11 years ago, I was in a yoga class with one of my teachers, and I went up to him after class and I said, I'm having a hard time keeping my ego out of my practice. And he just looked at me and smiled and said, Michelle, that is the practice. And I was like, oh yeah, right. Okay, good. Good to remember. The practice is more yoga, less ego. More love, more yoga, more breath. Go ahead and bring your feet forwards to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in half. Bend your knees, come to chair pose on an inhale, and fold forwards as you exhale. Lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, vinyasa, make your way back, lower down. Good. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot up to your hands, spin your back heel flat, come to warrior one pose, inhale. Exhale the hands to your mat, step to plank, and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the left foot through, come up, warrior one pose for a breath. Big inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale the hands down. Step back and lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Deep breath. Inhale, up on your toes. Exhale, look forwards, bend your knees, walk or hop the feet up. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, vinyasa. You can step back and lower, jump back. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Step the right foot through, back heel flat. Warrior one, come up for a breath. And release the hands down, step to plank and lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Step the left foot through, back heel flat. Warrior one, come up, inhale. And exhale, release. Vinyasa. So vinyasa implies that we're linking the breath and the movement, the flow of movement. So technically, really, all of life is a vinyasa, just a series of movements and breaths. And then in yoga, we just consciously, at its best, we're consciously linking them. Go ahead and bring your feet to your hands. You can walk or hop. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. You can step or jump. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Right foot steps through, warrior one. Come up for a breath. And release to plank and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps through. Come up, warrior one pose. Inhale. Release to plank and lower down. Inhale, up. Good, use your belly to take the hips back to dog. Deep breath. And spread your fingers, just recommit your fingers to the floor. When you're ready, hop the feet up for one more round of those. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend the knees, Utkatasana, inhale. Fold forwards on the exhale. Lengthen out, inhale. Exhale, make your way back through your flow. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Right foot steps through, come up, warrior one pose for a breath. Release to plank and lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back. Left foot steps through. Come up, warrior one pose. And release. Chaturanga. So hopefully you're warming up. We were actually just talking before class. It's a little chilly in the studio here today. And I'm definitely getting warmer. Just with, 10 minutes of yoga. It's amazing what some movement and deep breathing will do. Go ahead and step your right foot up to your hands. Come up to Warrior One. Let's open up to Warrior Two pose. Okay. Let's press the right leg straight and come in for triangle pose. Lengthen through the right side body. Bring the right hand to a block or to the floor. If you don't have a block and you can't reach the floor with a straight right leg, then you can always take your right hand up onto your leg. Slide the shoulders down the back, firm the belly. Soften your shoulders. Flex your thighs. Soften your jaw. Soften your brow. Okay, let's come up to Warrior Two. Bend the right knee. We'll move a little bit into the hips. Often in a hamstring practice, especially, I'm backing in and out of the hamstrings. I think it's good to give them a little break for a moment and then move back in. It's also, for me, it's a little more pleasant. I'm not going to lie, hamstrings are not my favorite muscle group to stretch. They've always been very challenging for me. So just moving a little bit into the hips here. Work the back leg a lot. Good, now take the left hand back, right arm up for reverse warrior. Keep the right knee bent. Now exhale the hands down to the front of your mat. Step back to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step the left foot through, come through to Warrior One. And let's open up to Warrior Two pose. And press your left leg straight, straighten the left leg, reach forwards and come in for triangle pose. Good, deep breath, deep breath. And, never worry about whether or not your pose looks like the poses of the people in the yoga video. I mean, inevitably, we always have real people in the videos, but it's like today we have Gloria Baracchio, who's another amazing teacher on the channel. So she's been teaching yoga for many, many years. And we've got Sabrina, who's another amazing yogi, and she's been practicing for a long, long time. So of course, when you practice for a long time, your practice is going to look, I don't want to say pretty good because I don't know what good or bad means, but it's going to look like you know what you're doing, obviously. And that's not why we practice, but it's one of the results from the practice. So work at your own capacity. Like the practice is intended to fit your life, not to look like somebody else's. Now come up to Warrior Two, bend your left knee. Deeply breathing. I mean, one time I was telling a friend of mine that I had tight hamstrings, and he just looked at me and he was like, Michelle, you do not have tight hamstrings. I have tight hamstrings. I'm like, okay, I get it. From the outside in, we can judge who has the tightest hamstrings in the world, but there's really no point in that. It's like, I don't see the point in that at all, actually. It's how it feels from the inside out. And so some days we feel a little tight, and some days we feel really free and open. One of my teachers says some days it's like dancing through a field of daisies, and other days it's like trudging through mud. The point is, the idea is to get on your mat. That's all that matters. Take the right hand back, reverse warrior, inhale. And exhale, release to plank and lower down. And then maybe one day you touch your toes after years of not being able to touch your toes. And the reality is that not all that much else changes when you can do that. It's kind of a useful skill, I guess. It's like all relative. But it's everything that we learn along the way within our practice that really informs and transforms our lives. Go ahead and bring your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, fold in. Inhale to stand up, reach the arms. Exhale the palms together at your heart. Okay, let's stand on the right leg and take tree pose with the left foot. So you can take that left foot to the right thigh, or if that's challenging for you, you could take the left foot to the right calf muscle like this, or even to the floor. Just be mindful that you're not putting any weight on your knee joint. So you can take your left foot anywhere, but just steer clear of the knee joint. And then engage the right leg, the one you're standing on. Retract the shoulder heads a little bit. Soften your gaze, maybe even put a little kindness in your eyes. See how that changes the experience. And we'll transition from here to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Extend the left leg back, bring the right fingertips to the floor or to a block under your right shoulder. Flex the left foot strongly and the left thigh. Deep breath. Good, you guys. One more breath in. Go ahead and step back to warrior two with the left foot. Come to reverse warrior on your inhale, and then extended angle pose on the exhale, right? Either elbow to right thigh, or if you want to work deeper, you can take the right fingertips to the floor or a block. Slide the shoulders down the back. There's a tendency for the front knee to collapse inwards and for your butt to stick out behind you. See if you can do the opposite. Hug that back hip in, the right hip in, and open the right knee to the right. And feel the right thigh sink down a little bit. Back leg engage. And then come back up to warrior two. Straighten your right leg, turn your right foot in. And let's fold forwards into Prasarita, Padottanasana. If you can't reach the floor in this pose, you can grab onto a block if you have one, or a book or a pillow. I do suggest, however, if you're practicing at home a lot, to invest in a block. They're not expensive and they're extremely useful. If you can reach the floor, eventually you start to walk your hands so that they're in line with your feet. Then lift the shoulders away from the ears. And breathe all the way into the lower back. Okay, come on up to stand up. Turn the right foot out to the front of the room, or the front of your mat. Bend the right knee. Warrior two. Then release the hands down. Step to plank and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. And from here, we're going to step the right foot up to the hands. Come to crescent. Take the arms up. And we'll come directly into standing split. So you're just going to take the hands down to the ground in front of you, step up onto the right leg, and fold in. Spread your toes. Flex your thighs. So that's a really important action in any hamstring stretches, is to really wake up the fronts of the legs if you can make muscles with your thighs. One more breath in, and set the left foot down next to the right at the front of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up to stand, circle the arms. Exhale, pull it to your heart. Good, stand on the left leg, come to tree with the right foot. Keep the breath smooth and steady. What that's doing, the breathing, is promoting equanimity of the mind. Like we're just finding a clear, calm, steady mind. Maybe we're finding it for just split seconds at a time. But those seconds, over time, they add up and they really do make a huge difference as we learn to just drop in and breathe, regardless of what's happening. It's easier when you're in tree pose than when you're out in the world dealing with life. So this is dealing with life in a more contained environment, and that's why it's a practice. Okay. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Extend the right leg back. Flex the right foot. Breathe. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. And just see if you can get some length through your spine. That's a big part of what we're doing here. So it's good to stretch the hamstrings. That will actually help you sit and stand up taller. However, supporting the length of the spine is most important business. So do that. Step back to warrior two with the right foot. Nice long step back. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. And then extended side angle pose on the exhale, whatever variation you like. Breathe with it. Breathe with it. It's dynamic. The whole experience is. Shoulders away from the ears. See if you can sink down into that left hip just a little bit. Hug the left hip into center so you're not collapsing. And then come up to warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Parallel your feet. And fold forwards. So if your head easily touches the floor in this pose, you could also narrow your stance a little bit. And if your head is very far from, if you're having a challenging time folding forwards, you can take a little bit wider stance and it might be easier for you to get in. And then once you find your spot, I think it's helpful to close my eyes a lot of the time when I practice, and then just breathe there. Let's come on up to stand up. Turn your left foot to the front of your mat, bend your left knee, and release the hands to your mat. Step to plank and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog pose. Okay, so just this last little bit before we hit the floor, step the left foot through, come up to crescent. And then standing splits. Step up onto the left leg, fold forwards. Take the shoulders away from your ears. Hug the belly in a little bit to support. That will help to support the length of your spine. Help support your lower back. And just one more breath here. Okay, set the right foot down next to the left at the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Okay, now from here, let your feet be about hips width apart, maybe slightly wider. And then see if you can hook your big toes with your two-piece fingers. You can bend your knees a little bit here if that helps you. And start to pull the elbows out to your sides. And start to lift the hips up to straighten the legs. Now, if you can't hook the big toes, then that's fine. Use a block. Take your hands to a block. And consider this. Shift your weight forwards to the balls of your feet a little bit. And press your thighs back into the hip sockets. And then let's say stage 2, you take your hands, palms up, slide them under your feet, and bring your toes up to your wrists. So if you're on the block, you just stay on the block here. Take the arms, draw them up into the shoulder sockets. And really flex the thighs a lot. It's like buying insurance for your hamstrings, just to keep the fronts of the legs engaged. And release the hands. Of course, at home, you can stay longer if you like. Step to downward dog pose. And then set your knees down on your mat. Cross your ankles behind you. Come all the way to sit on your bottom. And let's go ahead and straighten the legs out wide to the side, and we'll come in for Upavishta Konasana, wide leg forward bend. So go ahead and come forwards on your sitting bones a little bit. Maybe you walk the fingertips forwards. Some of you could maybe lay your belly on the floor, and others of you are sitting way up high, and both are correct. So just, again, don't worry too much about what the form looks like, and just in fact, don't worry too much about anything as long as you're at it, because there's really nothing worth worrying about. But, bring it more to the internal experience, right? Once we find the truth within the inner experience, just simply the truth of life flowing through us in any given moment. The truth is not some far-off land that we're seeking. The truth is just the living, breathing experience of this moment right now. And once we discover that and immerse in it, naturally the outer world sorts itself out. So once we stop fighting ourselves, then there's no more fight. Once we realize that there's no enemy, once we realize that any enemy we have, it's like fighting your own shadow, once we realize that that is just a waste of time, then everywhere we look are allies. It's kind of amazing. Even if people aren't going out of their way to help you, maybe people seem to actually still be going out of their way to resist you. If you're not fighting back, then it's not an issue. If there's no fight inside, there's no fight. And so in the positive, it's called living at peace, living in peace. Go ahead and walk yourself up. Stretch the right leg straight in front of you and bend your left knee out to the side for Janu Shirshasana, which looks a little bit like tree pose, except that you're sitting upright here. There's a slight twist towards the right leg, and you can start to walk your hands down the right leg. You could use, if you can't reach your foot, a towel or a strap or something for leverage around the bottom of the right foot. If you're very bendy and you have a block at home, you could take a block to the base of your foot and grab the edge of the block, which will help give you a little more spinal extension. So finding that inner peace. I believe it was Osho who said something about, you could go to the Himalayas to find some peace and quiet, but that peace and quiet wouldn't belong to you. It would belong to the Himalayas. So we can certainly tap into the peace of a place, but advanced yoga is becoming the peace. So of course you can stay longer if you like, otherwise come on up. And straighten your left leg, bend your right knee out to the side. Flex the left foot. Rotate towards your left leg so your spine is aligned with the left leg and fold forwards. When you're in the pose for a moment, you can adjust and readjust the alignment. Sometimes making little shifts here or there can really help to deepen the experience. And while it's helpful to have cues and teachings from a teacher, specifics of how to better align the pose, there's a lot to be said for just making some of these discoveries on our own. So just notice what you do to adjust yourself in the posture. Be mindful of what you're doing and how it's affecting you. And then go ahead and come on up. And straighten both legs in front of you. We'll just do one Paschimottanasana. The legs straight, the feet flex. Sit forwards on your sitting bones. Reach the arms up. Get some extension through your spine and then fold forwards. And flex the feet and draw the outer feet back. Press the inner feet forwards. And again, just watch where you're potentially fighting yourself. Maybe you love hamstring stretches. Maybe you don't. I saw a friend of mine I hadn't seen in a while. I hadn't seen her in probably 6 months. And when I saw her not long ago, she asked me if I liked stretching my hamstrings yet, because she knows how challenging it is for me. And she loves it. You know, it's just everybody has the poses that they love and the poses that they don't love. But to submit to the practice means to find santosha or contentment within the discipline. Go ahead and roll yourself up and come all the way onto your back. And when you get to your back, we're just going to take one fish pose, which is a back bend, to just counter stretch all of these forward bends we just did. Take your hands, palms down under your butt. And then roll the shoulder blades and the elbows under the back. So you're already in a little bit of a back bend here. And then we'll pop up onto the crown of our head. Lengthen through the legs, spread the toes, lift the chest up. And breathe all the way into the upper back. Breathe into the rib cage. And release yourself to the floor, and we'll take Shavasana. If you need a twist or something, you can take one. I'm not going to teach one per se today, but anything else you need to round out your practice, do that, and then come onto your back. And feel your body weight surrender to the weight of the ground beneath you. Just allow your body to become heavy and sink down like a stone thrown in the sea. So you're welcome to rest for as long as you like. When you're ready, bend your knees and roll onto your side, whichever side you like. Press yourself up to sit and close your eyes. And just notice how you feel. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Peace above us, peace below us, peace to our left, peace to our right, peace in us, peace on us, peace to all, peace to the universe. Lift your heart, bow your head. Namaste, you guys. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. This is Michelle Goldstein, and we're filming here at the Springs in downtown Los Angeles. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Heart Alchemy Yoga. We have some amazing teachers teaching for us, including Gloria Baracchio. You should definitely check out her classes. She's awesome. So many awesome teachers, so many different styles of yoga. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment on them, share them, please. We totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here's to your practice.